Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Jonathan, and to my returning subscribers, welcome back, my friends, welcome back. In today's video, I want to talk about discovering your higher purpose. For those of you right now who are feeling as if you're being left behind, you're sitting on the sidelines and you're ready to play ball. You want to get in on the game, but you're not quite sure what the game is. This is exactly what we're going to be talking about, is how to progress forward, to allow God and the universe to reveal to you what is your higher purpose. Let's get started. The following information that I'm going to share with you, I'm going to be honest with you. If I was aware of this information when I first had my spiritual awakening, literally within a 1-year time span, I would have gone from beginning my spiritual awakening to already be serving my higher purpose. But as you all know, during your spiritual awakening, the majority of the time, you're left with more questions than answers. And the God honest truth is, as far as your spiritual awakening, the first 6 months, the first year, depending on how thorough you are as far as going through each and every single stage, as far as letting go, as far as discovering yourself, as far as discovering your abilities, it can stretch it out. But if right now you're not even aware as far as which stage of spiritual awakening process you're at, go check out this video right here, and you're going to quickly be able to identify where you're at right now during your spiritual awakening and what is going to be coming up. And as far as those of you who are aware exactly where you're at as far as your spiritual awakening process, one thing you must realize, one thing you must understand is, as much as you think you're in control as far as what's happening right now, you're not in control. Up until a certain level, whether you want to call it God, Creator, the universe, infinite consciousness, whatever higher source you believe in, and the universe is in control. Your guardian angels are in control. They know the exact process that we must all go through. And that's why, as far as life lessons, as far as if I would have known this one little thing, I'm telling you this, it would have saved me at least 6 months to a year off my spiritual awakening process. And it is letting go of resistance. Stopping resisting what is coming up. Stopping resisting what is happening in my life. As far as the purging phase, I don't know about you guys, but for me, the first thing that came up was the most painful experiences that I went through in my life, in my early childhood. That was the first thing that came up to be purged. And I was in a deep, dark level depression. Therefore, emotions, I wasn't feeling them. All I was feeling was sadness and depression. And all of a sudden, now I have to deal with this on top. I have to let this pain out. So I resisted. Therefore, it took 2-3 months to get over something that I could have possibly gotten over in a matter of several weeks. But at the same time, I started to connect with my angels and my guides. I started to open up to them about what I was feeling, about what was coming up. Why was I so scared to let certain emotions out as far as past painful experiences? And during your hermit phase, I suggest you do this, whether it's meditating or just sitting talking or scripting. It doesn't matter. And who cares if someone thinks that you're crazy for talking with angels? Who cares? Let them be. You have your own mission to accomplish here. And as far as connecting with them, you might not sense anything at first. You might not get any type of insight, any type of ideas, but you're going to quickly find out that as you heal, as you let go, as you purge, the emotions you're gonna raise your vibration. And that's the secret, is raising your vibration to a certain level. All of a sudden you're gonna be able to sense them. You're gonna be able to feel them around you. You're gonna be able to feel them in your heart. And you're gonna know that these ideas that are coming in are divine guidance. You're gonna know that what you're watching, all of a sudden you're watching something, and then all of a sudden you become emotional. You're aware, you become aware. This is a message right now that you need to hear. This is a message you need to pay attention to. And that's why I suggest to no longer resist. Whatever comes up, comes up. Try becoming a yes person more than not. As far as giving God, your angels, and your universe the opportunity to bring forth incredible experiences in your life. The opportunity for God and your angels and universe to bring forth individuals. I've met so many incredibly kind, loving, caring individuals because why? I've been saying yes more and more. More often than not, if I'm able to, I say yes. Why? Because it might not be about going, let's say, to supper with friends, but it's about meeting someone at the restaurant, or it could be, you know what I mean? Something like this. You never know how wonderful miracles and blessings can come forth. But it's just about realizing, even if right now it seems like, oh my God, I'm trying to manifest something, but it's the complete opposite. My life is turning to shit. Everything is disappearing out of my life. I'm losing my home. I'm lost my job, my relationships lost. All these things are being cleared because you have to get to the core. This happened to me. I had to lose everything before I was able to finally say, you know what? I now have the courage to move forward in the most authentic version, with the most authentic version of myself, because I no longer have anything left to lose. And sometimes that's what it takes. You have to lose everything in order to find yourself, like that Eminem song. But once you start to realize, hey, this one thing's happening for me, and then this, and then this, and then this, instead of reacting quickly, it's waiting, trying to figure out why is my life turning out like this right now? Did this just happen in my life? And oftentimes, you're not going to get the answer right away, but if you give it time, it could be a week, it could be a couple of days, it could be a couple of weeks, it could be, let's say, a month. I'm telling you this, you're going to all of a sudden start to feel blessed for things that you were angry at God for giving you in the past, for making happen in your life, because now you understand that it's leading you down the right path. And as far as this journey, it's just like this river, this little stream here. It's flow like water. When you're feeling pushed to take action, you take action. But when all of a sudden you're just sitting there, you're like, I'm not feeling inspired. I feel lazy. I just don't feel like doing anything. Rest up, relax, take in some information. Think about what just occurred. What lessons were you meant to learn? Because healing at a physical level is about letting go, forgiving others. But forgiving others is really about, for you, letting go of the control others have had on you. But all of a sudden, when you start getting the life lessons that come in, you start healing at a soul level. And the more you heal at a soul level, it's just like our vibrational frequency. The more you heal your heart, the more you heal yourself physically and emotionally, the higher you're vibing. Well, it's the same thing as far as your soul. The more deeper meaning as far as the understanding that you're getting from past painful experiences, the more you're going to recall, the more you're going to remember who you are. And not just in this lifetime. You're going to start to have dreams. You're going to start to have visions of past lives, different lives that you've had, different experiences that you've had. And it's going to begin to reveal to you what is your higher purpose. And as far as discovering your higher purpose, don't always just view it on the grand scale, because each and every single act of kindness is just as important, whether it's done singularly to just a one person or to a small group or a big group. You know, it's whatever makes you truly happy inside. And as far as right now, if you look with the internet, with YouTube, with social media, there is literally nothing you cannot do online and get paid for it. No matter what it is that you love, there's a way of getting paid for it. There's a way of receiving abundance. It's all about the value that you're putting out. That's what you're going to be getting back. And it's not being afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Not being afraid as far as thinking, how are people going to judge me? And not only this, very, very important, don't compare yourself to others. This is something, a mistake that I made for almost 1 year. For almost a year, I was like, I don't want to go on YouTube, because I was comparing myself. I'll be honest with you, Aaron Dowdy was just someone I followed. I was comparing myself with him. I was looking, I'm like, oh my God, this guy is so much more advanced than me. He knows so much more, is so much better on camera. You know, an example, Victor Odo, same thing. Looked up to them. But then I realized, listen, I have my own story. I have my own experience. I have my own way of expressing myself and connecting with my community, with you, my subscribers, my friends. And not only this, everyone is able to get a piece of the pie. And especially when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to individuals doing serving their higher purpose, we don't push away. Example, if someone else was, I don't view others' spiritual channels as competition. We're all in this together. We all have the same goal of raising the collective to 5D, getting everyone to awaken. That is the goal. Whether I'm helping out 100 people or 1,000 people, someone else helping out 1,000,000 people, it doesn't matter. We're all serving our higher purpose. We're all serving one, So as far as moving forward, start to try things out and stop looking at it as, how am I going to make money immediately off of this? How am I going to be able to prosper immediately off of this? And instead look at it as, how am I able to become happier and happier by doing something that I absolutely love? Or else, if it's right now, if you're feeling stressed out, you have anxiety, you're worried, how am I able to create inner peace? Right now, that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to create inner peace first, and then I'm going to raise my vibrations. I'm going to make myself feel that much better. It's really working from the inside out. Once you understand this, once you understand that, manifest from within, and then it's going to reflect out in your reality. Instead of trying to always change your reality in the exterior, see why something is happening exterior as far as what is happening inside. What are you able to change? It could be a self-limited belief. It could be a way that you're reacting to a situation. It could be simply that's what you were brought up at, to think in the type of way that you were brought up to think, where it's now time to let it go. This example, I was brought up to think, my parents weren't poor by any means, but money didn't grow on trees. We didn't go out to restaurants often because my parents saw that as a waste of money. They hung on to money oftentimes for a rainy day. You know what I mean? Well, guess what? That rainy day is going to come. It's the same thing if right now you're saving up for something. You better have a clear vision as far as what is it that you're saving up for. If you're saving up for in case something happens, that in case something happens will happen. If you're saving up to start a business, to buy a home, to buy a car, to take a trip, that is what you're going to get. And let's not forget, as far as the law of attraction, start using it on a daily basis. Don't just look at as far as the big manifestations. Look at what little changes are you able to make on a daily basis that's going to help speed up bringing forth the big manifestation, because that's all it's doing right now. Is, let's say for the next 100 days you have 100 little minor manifestations that come forth. Well, guess what? That's 3 months. I don't know about you, but for myself, I'm sitting at about that. As far as my average time to manifest something decent, something pretty good in my life, it's about a 3-month span. That's about 90 days. So 100 days of manifesting every single day something is going to help speed up certain manifestations. And let's not forget, as far as those of you who went through something traumatic to awaken you, you went through a major depression, you went through a divorce, a breakup, loss of a loved one, you went through something horrific. There's going to be a lag as far as the negative stagnant energy that's attached onto you. No matter how great you're going to feel for a short while, your reality is not going to reflect how good you feel. You have to give it time. That's the only thing that's going to happen. There's nothing you can do. You just have to give it time. You have to be patient. You continue to do this inner work and realize that it's going to come forth. But when it does, the longer a manifestation takes to come forth, especially your first one after your awakening, I'm telling you this, get ready, hang on, because it's going to be one after another. Instead of every 3 months, you're going to see it might take a year and a half for your first one, but then it's like a month later another one, and a month later another one, a month and a half later another one, 2 weeks later another one. You're going to see. You better be ready. You better be prepared. And that's another lesson I learned, as far as instead of always being in this needing and wanting phase, as far as when you're wanting to bring forth your manifestation, even discovering your life purpose, see it as you're being given the gift of time. You're being given the gift of time to learn what you need, to change whatever you need, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you need to change from within you in order to match that manifestation you want to come forth. Everyone wants to be a millionaire, as an example. Yeah, but example, if you're going to be a millionaire, but you have to be a CEO of a certain company, are you ready to take on that role? Are you ready to step into those shoes and work 18-hour days? Are you ready to lay off 50,000 people to keep that company afloat? There's so many different variables that you're not aware of, and that's why it's important to see it as, I'm being given the time to prepare. God is telling me, listen, it's coming. Stop worrying. Get yourself in the present moment and enjoy life. Life is about feeling our way forward, because once you die from this body, your soul will remain forever. But there's certain things as far as spirit is not able to feel. Anything physical, spirit is not able to feel. And that's why we're here, is to experience certain things. And yes, sometimes it involves very painful experiences. But from my own experience, okay, here's how I see this. As far as certain life lessons you agree to prior to your birth, you agree to learn certain life lessons, but there's one thing that you're not able to factor in when you're in your spiritual self before reincarnating here, is how are you going to be in a physical body mentally, physically, and emotionally? You see, there's certain life lessons where if you're vibing high, you're feeling good, you're positive, you're happy, you're energetic, it's going to be a positive experience. But if life kicked you in the ass and you went through some horrific things, you went through traumatic events and you're feeling down, you're feeling low, you're feeling depressed, you're pessimistic, you're always having dark thoughts, well, now that life lesson is going to have to be a much more painful life lesson, because that's the law of attraction. But that's why when you have your awakening, it's extremely important to let it go, heal, and get that life lesson that you're meant to learn. And then you're gonna see it's gonna take this incredible weight off of your shoulder. And as far as moving forward, as far as beginning to serve your higher purpose, it's think of what is it that you're good at. What are you naturally good at? As an example, if you were gonna start a YouTube channel, what could you speak about for hours on end? You know what I mean? How could you create a course doing what is it that you're doing, your habits, your whatever hobby you have, something that you're good at? How would you be able to create a course for other people to purchase this? It's the copy, cut and paste attitude. You create something one time where it can literally be bought over and over again. Start thinking about this, and just the mere fact that if you're able to do something you enjoy, even if it's not serving your higher purpose, it doesn't matter. As long as you're feeling great, you're feeling good about it, you're going to be vibrating abundance. Therefore, what's going to end up happening is you might not make money, you might not receive abundance directly from this one specific thing that you're doing, but it's going to open up the doors for other things. And then next thing you know, if you continue to say yes, you continue to step out of that comfort zone more and more, God and the universe and your angels are just going to naturally guide you down the right path. But it's a matter of opening up to your angels. It's a matter of starting to trust your intuition over rationally thinking. And if for those of you, if you haven't done so, if you haven't been put to the test, literally it's like Neo in the Matrix when he's getting ready to jump off a building, but he didn't believe it enough that he's able to jump to the other building, therefore he wasn't able to. And I'm not saying to do this, not one bit, not at all. But what I'm saying is there's going to come a time during your spiritual journey where you will have two clear paths. There's no in between. There's going to be two clear paths. Path number one, rationally thinking. No heart and no emotions involved in it. Your intuition is not allowed to interfere. Or else path number two, it is your intuition. And I'm telling you this right now, rationally thinking is going to seem like the safest route, and using your intuition is going to seem like, whoa, that is the craziest idea. But one thing you have to understand is miracles and blessings can come forth in millions of different ways. You're not aware, as far as if you trust your heart, you're only aware of what's coming up immediately. But at the same time, look at it as God is testing you. You're being put to the test as far as you say you believe in some higher power, you're becoming spiritual, you're learning all these new things. Well, now you're being put to the test. That's the way I see it, is God is just testing you. And the majority of the time, God is not even testing you for himself. God already knows the outcome. God is testing you to prove something to yourself. And oftentimes it's just to prove that, you know what, you're able to get through this. You are going to be successful. You're smart enough, you're brave enough, you're courageous enough, and you will succeed. It's getting rid of those self-limited beliefs. Binaural beats. Try that out. 30 days, binaural beats, nighttime. Whatever right now is coming up that's negative, if you're worrying, you're stressing out a lot, you're having difficulties financially, create yourself a binaural beat playlist. Play that for 30 days minimum. You're going to see it is going to create an incredibly positive change in your life. And as far as discovering your higher purpose, get back to your childlike self. I'm serious. Get back to your childlike self where you lived in the moment and you did things because you loved it with no other motive whatsoever except to just enjoy life. And the faster you're able to get that childlike, if you notice this, children around 7 to 9 years old, that's what I've noticed, is that inner joy dies down. Right now, I'm scoping out animals. I'm trying to pinpoint, as far as the example, a dog. At what age does that inner happiness die within a dog? Because I've noticed this. I have one dog that's 3 years old. It's died off. The other one's 1 year old, still has that light that shines out. But anyways, that's another topic. But as far as your inner light, the faster you're able to bring that out, the faster everything will be revealed. And remember, everything is happening in perfect divine timing. And sometimes it seems as though nothing is happening, you're not moving forward. But trust me, you're going through so much things, you're working so many different things out at a subconscious level. And just realize that you're doing far better than you think. And not only this, your manifestations are a lot closer than you think. And if you're remotely stressing out, get out here. If you have to, if you're living in the city and you're able to, move out in the country. Move out in the country, because I'll be honest with you, things are not going to get better. They're going to get worse before they get better. And the further you're out in the country, the better it's going to be. Mother Nature is calling you. I love you guys. You guys have an awesome day. Namaste.